Hi, thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Spiritual Scientist. Mwah! I'm Victor. Thanks for checking me out. Today I'm going to talk about some different stuff. Not that I ever talk about some normal stuff. We're not going to talk about the deep state. Maybe they took my message last time and stopped what they were doing. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. So, I'm going to start off with something a little weird and probably getting more weird stuff. That's the way it goes. This one's called the Mandela Effect, the Sea Chicken. Okay. Check that out. So that's now called a sea chicken. Looks like a headless chicken. The headless chicken sea monster that's actually a cucumber. So I'm going to show you a bunch of pictures. I just found out about a second ago. Okay, I'm into oceanography. I mean, here's a close up. This thing, they only have, the thing is that there's only a few photos. It's not like they have a lot of different photos, like it's been around for a long period of time. They have like a couple of photos, it just seems like to me. Hopefully you could see that with the reflection. Sorry, I'm very low tech. I have a website. Let me say that right off the bat. VictorHamsa.com, Hamsa. It's VictorHamsa.com. If you want to go on there ever and you want to donate, send me some money. It'd be appreciated. So, buy the kid a coffee. Do something. Yeah. Hook me up. No amount's too small, but its cameras catch a rare sea creature in the Antarctic Ocean. Like, okay, it's so rare that I never heard about it before. So that's kind of like a weird thing. It's really freaky. And here's another picture of it. It looks so weird. It looks like a swimming penis or something, like a rocket. I don't know what it looks like. But that's really weird. Here's one that's moving. It's a GIF, so I can't get copyright strike. It's on the web. That's pretty weird. So I thought I'd bring that one right off the bat. It reminds me of the Mandela effect that we had of chickens being able to eat out of their necks. Now we have chickens that are floating in the Antarctic Sea without heads. Now, then when they were able to feed these chickens, with chicken without a head, lives, and I'm sure you've heard about this. These, and I don't want you to get too crazy. 18 months it's lived with its head cut off. The guy fed it I know you're dying to see the picture, but you don't want to. You're like me. So that's the picture. I'm not going to show too many, or will I? Same thing. That's the picture the guy had of a chicken without a head. So now we have chicken without heads that were able to live 18 months, and we have chicken of the sea. Chicken of the sea. Wait, wasn't that tuna? So there's chicken of the sea. There's a chicken in the Antarctic. It's called a sea chicken that actually is like swimming around. It's like a cucumber. A cucumber. It's one of those creatures, and you gotta laugh. And it's really weird. A couple other Mandela effects. Led Zeppelin's name has kept changing. It's now 2 L's, and now it's 2 P's. It was Zeppelin, Zeppelin, and now it's like all over the place. I'm not the only one to talk about that. Check this out. Check that out. There's a dog that's wolf hybrid. These dog hybrids have been getting really weird. I've been following these doodles. They're designer dogs, I say, but they've had them since 2003, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I actually got a book on dogs because I didn't know what dog to get. And so I got this was like 5 years ago. So I got a ton of books on dogs, and I researched the crap out of them. And I was like, I mean, when I get into stuff, I get meticulous. So like I was like memorizing all the dogs and like all the different dog breeds. Never heard of these poodles. You know, it makes sense where you breed them, but they have these huge wolf dogs now. They're huge. They're getting like bigger and bigger, and like here's one that's part wolf. It's like 85% wolf. It's like 8% husky, um, and then the rest is what do you call it? Not retriever. It's a German Shepherd. This dog is a monster. Check out that dog. Like these are monster dogs. I feel like it's from like the Game of Thrones. Like everybody thought about the Game of Thrones with Arya and the dogs, and then all of a sudden it just kind of like morphed into reality. Everybody wanted like a huge wolf dog, and now there's wolf dogs. So that's kind of like what I'm thinking. Very very weird, these wolf dogs, and all the dog breeds that just popped up. I just thought talk about that a little bit. There's a lot of other Mandela effects. James Corbin, it wasn't it James Corbin, the guy that does the singing karaoke in the cab. His name just totally, to me, just today, it looks different. It's James like Den, I think. It's not Corbin. Like it was James Corbin. And now it's not even like you're saying James Corbin, and people are like, yeah, James Corbin. And then I looked it up and it was like James Corden. And I said, this is freaky. So with that said, I thought I'd talk a little bit about I guess you could call these Mandela Effect upgrades, right? So we have Mandela Effect upgrades, and hi to, by the way, hi to all my friends out there. I know, I'm a spiritual teacher, distance healer, mentor for a lot of people around the world. And hi to my friends in Colorado. Hi to my friends in South Africa. Hi to my friends in Australia. Hi. Thank you so much for checking me out. Always let me know what's going on there, what's going on with the weather. Thanks for all my friends in the different countries, North Africa. Hello to my friends in California. Hello, my New York friends, my Florida friends, Ohio. I don't want to leave anybody out. And then Amsterdam. Peace. Peace out to all the different countries that I'm friends with those people, and we correspond quite frequently and stay updated. And thanks for all my, of course, I'm in New York, so peace to New York and Connecticut, all my Connecticut friends in New Jersey and everything else. So we're going to talk about the Mandela Effect upgrades. So we have some cool upgrades. The brain's been morphing a little bit more. So medulla oblongata, as people might know, are down. Now we have this cerebral fluid that people have been talking about before. But the cerebral fluid, it came out, and we had what I call a tie down. It was like 6 months ago, where somebody had cerebral fluid coming with a break in the back of the nose into the mouth, and it was like a tie down. The story came out. You're like, what? That never happened before. It's like you get this story that comes out, and then in the background is actually what it's about. So that's been changing. I've been, praying like getting, one with the universe, and there is some cool Mandela effects. I've been praying and working with the how do you say it, like Guardians of the Galaxy, like in my mind I'm working with higher angelic realms and the beings, and I feel like we were able to morph the calf muscle a lot, which is really cool. Also, the nasal passage I've been working on a lot. I've been doing swimming, and before, I always swam with my mouth open, and now I've been really concentrating on it and concentrating doing meditation, swimming like half an hour sometimes a day, and going up to here and just breathing and going underwater and breathing in through my nose, kind of like a whale, the blowhole. And I'm able now to do it where I don't get water in my nose anymore. And new Mandela effect is the cavity, opening up. So I feel like I'm kind of responsible, for that one with the galactic cancel. So, that's really a positive Mandela effect, I feel like, for everybody. So now when you could breathe better, we of course shortened the lungs. They used to go all the way down, but now they're like halfway, and the heart moved over and it moved back a little bit, but still moved over and changed a little bit. So that's another one. The other things you could see, like the muscles on the side. That's something that I've been thinking a lot about, and moving those muscles and making those more defined and better, and strengthening. In the wrist, we had the vein that moved over, and the vein, it works better with your Fitbit now. So your Fitbit, well, that's a Mandela effect. Couldn't work. It couldn't work before. Now these Fitbits work, and they're really neat. And the vein, if you look, like you could see mine, like you see my tan line, but like there's a huge vein. We used to take the blood pressure here, and that moved, I feel like, for the watch, it moved around for better and better, more streamlined. So we've been getting what I call upgrades. These are good upgrades. Be positive with it. It's part of the ascension process. That's all higher dimensional stuff that I'm talking about. But basically, we're ascending at higher vibration. When we get to this higher vibration, changes can occur with our three-dimensional, I want to say mindset, but not mindset. It's our mindset that interfaces with reality, and actually changes things in my head. I don't know if the camera's slowing down, but I'm gonna get a little down further for you. So that's changed. So interesting stuff. I talked about before about my theory. I just wanted to bring it out again about black holes. That time reverses in a black hole because you have a cone of causality that only faces outwards. So when you fall into a black hole, your causality cone, what people don't understand, it was my theory that I definitely came up with first, is that your causality cone would change outwards. So when you start to fall in through the event horizon, through a black hole, your causality cone changes, and then you're seeing things fall into the black hole. So that's your reality. You're continually, instead of falling into the... See, that's what happens when people don't send me anything. So I need a camera stand. So so that causality changed and that made the camera fall into the black hole. See, so what happens is so basically it's like we could be inside a black hole, and the Big Bang could be a big crunch, is what I've been saying. And we just see a causality cone when the gravity gets higher with a black hole, because that's like us in reverse in a way. But anyway, kind of cool. Anyway, I thought I'd talk about that to explain a little bit about the Mandela effect. Definitely a lot of changes still taking place, of course. I don't expect it, to change. It's going to keep changing. That whole weird sea chicken is pretty friggin' weird. The dogs have been, getting, weird. My dog's now able to smile. And I was like, always smile at my dog, and now he's smiling back. So that's wild. Now my dog can smile. So whatever else. Oh, one of my followers said that they wanted me to talk about chakras. So real quick, the chakras, they wanted to know which way are they facing. So a chakra is basically where you know, power, two power lines, two lines within the body, or more intersect. So they, intersect in different ways through different dimensions. We have 7 of them, and it doesn't really face like a flower. It doesn't really face a certain way. It's an illustration about how a flower, being your chakra, is an illustration of the different levels through the dimensions, through different wavelengths, and the different intersecting lines of your yin and your yang intersect. So that's what that is. It's not just facing one way; it's facing all ways. And the way I think of it is a line going, dissecting, bisecting, and going all different directions. And it would just be like the match, like a compass, the center of a compass, but in different, 3D effects. So you could think of a tetrahedron or something like that in a 3D matrix. So hopefully that helps you to understand how the chakras are, because I did a post. I've been doing a lot of posts lately, making up interesting memes. I think I got the good hang of how to make a graphic display now, so which is pretty cool. But yeah, if anybody wants to, I hate to be one of those guys asking for money. I don't know even how to do this with YouTube, where you go ka-ching, and I see people send you money. But you could go on my website and donate there, and just donate. Victor VICTOR HAMSA.com. If you would, out of the kindness of your heart, that'd be very appreciative. I did have this lucrative job come at me that I was going to take. It was a lot more hours and a big long commute, but I skipped it because I feel like I'm on a mission. I didn't want to do the hours, so I'm not blaming anybody, but I'm on a mission. I wanted to bring information out. I realized I haven't done a video in a long period of time, so I thought I'd do one tonight. But I'm not going to talk about the deep state really tonight. There was a couple of drones that were fell down in Israel, Hezbollah, just today. Not really too worried about that. I think those just kind of fell. I don't think they were shot down. The Amazon rainforests have been going on for now, a number of weeks, and it's caused, as I'm told by my friends and research, by humans that are just eating a lot of meat, and they keep burning down this rainforest basically to make money. It's all about money. Like the rainforest is like the lungs of the earth. We just can't do that. We can't. We really can't. No, stop. Switch. I don't eat meat. I haven't eaten meat in a while. I try not to eat meat. Rarely do I eat meat. I don't even like it that much. There's so much other foods, and you don't even need the meat. It's stupid. I made this veggie burger the other day, and it was I got the supermarket. It's a chicken like veggie burger. It tasted like chicken, but it was a veggie. It was delicious. And I said, why would anybody? You don't need to eat meat, but just destroying the rainforest so you could have a cheeseburger or whatever, dude. We gotta stop. I just thought I'd mention that, and then this whole Jeffrey Epstein. I've been posting a lot about that. Gosh, it's horrible. These pedophiles is sick, disgusting. But it's like that the state, the it's like what they do is they get these they set up these guys like Jeffrey Epstein. Like they it's almost like the CIA or somebody recruits them to go ahead and to who they find are into this pedophilia. And I'm not blaming the CIA. I don't know, let's say that. And I don't want to get into the deep state stuff. So that's what I'm hearing from some of my sources, that he was a tool and that he was used to, lure heads of state into compromising positions. And it was all filmed for blackmail. So that's a lot of things. That's how, a lot of this runs, but it's just that, or he's just a sicko and a lot of people in power, the power gets to your head. Probably that's just it. So disgusting stuff, I want them to track back and find out who gave those orders to choke him to death in the cell. That's what I want to happen. So I suggest one of you goes out and tracks that down, and of course goes to the right authorities so they deal with this in a correct manner. But the scary part is that it seemed like it was in the authorities' hands, and it slipped through their hands, and somebody killed them. So there's a lot of corrupt. It seems like, in fact, perhaps everybody's corrupt. I don't know, but it is a big red pill for everybody. So that is a giant red pill. The whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. It's like you couldn't set it up almost a better way, for us, for the populace to be red pilled, unless you did it this way. Almost like it almost looks like it was done. What I'm saying is on purpose. So I look at those ways too, but it was almost like too perfect. Like, oh, let's put him in jail. Oh, a couple of weeks later, killed himself. Gosh, oh gosh, we got really, when they put somebody on suicide watch, they're on suicide watch. They don't just take him off in a week and, oh, he didn't kill himself. I don't think so. Rudy Giuliani came out in public on CSNBC and said that he didn't. He said he ran, like a warden, but he was in charge of all of them. He ran them. He said that, and he was in charge of that place. And he said they don't do that. And they had like paper bed sheets. They don't have bed sheets. There's nothing. And if you see a picture of the cell, there's nothing for them to hang themselves on. The coroner did the autopsy and said that it was like a hyaloid bone. So that bone, it snapped, and that only way really 16% of people that have that snapped, when they kill themselves, have that snapped. Otherwise, it's always done by being choked. So that is an unfortunate circumstance for them to die that way without getting the information out of them. So the white hats have been thwarted in that respect. The rest that's going on, there's a lot of things going on. Ascension wise, I think a lot of people, like the next wave, people are getting ready to pop, that have been cycling, and through different lifetimes in different cycles, are now getting ready to pop in a way and ascend, which is really good. The Pope is just crazy. Every time I watch the Pope, it's just nuts. Crazy. And now Trump just declared himself the chosen one. Almost expected that, right? I certainly did, but that would make sense for a lot of things. No. Do I think so? No. So, but could he be part of an antichrist system? Sure. They're just looking to put the chips in you. They have the ones they could put in your hand, but now they could put it with Elon Musk. He has a new company. Put them in your head. So when they put them in your hand and in your forehead, that's where you get the chip and the mark of the beast, 666. So with the monetary system being more computerized, that's what is to be expected. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share. Maybe I talked too much. Maybe I said too much. You decide. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe, share. Share. Don't be afraid. Share it. Wait, your friends think you're crazy for watching me? Maybe. But what else is new? All right. Thanks a lot. Have a great night. Bye.